What is going on, guys? We are back with another Shadowlands Patch 9.1 video, and then today we are going to be discussing Season 2 Mythic Plus in Patch 9.1. Now, as we all know, in Week 0, as Blizzard has officially called this very first week of 9.1, Season 2 hasn't been out, right? It's still Season 1. You can still get your KSM mount. You can still get all those achievements in this one. You know, the prideful buff is still there at plus 10 or higher. But as it always happens, there's always confusion of how is everything going to work going into the next season. And so I'm bringing you a video just kind of explaining. Blizzard came out with a blue post explaining how week 1, which is next week, not this week, week 1 and week 2 are going to work. Which was July 6th and then July 12th. So, as it stands, the Great Vault rewards that you get in week 1, which is on July 6th, on the Tuesday of July 6th or the Wednesday of July 6th, will be the exact same as if you got them in Season 1. So, you'll still get the 226 gear if you complete a 14 or higher, and you're going to get a different Keystone, though. That's the thing. Right? So it says right here, where is it? With the July 6th weekly reset, marking the start of Season 2, all of your Mythic Plus rating will be reset to 0, and then all of your Mythic Plus Keystones will be lowered by an additional 3 levels to account for the overall increase in dungeon difficulty. So you're still going to get the 226 gear that you would normally get, but your keystone that you get from it will be 3 lower than you're normally expecting to get. This means that if you complete a 15, when you open up your Great Vault, you're going to get a 12 out of it. So this is a really important because everyone wants to complete a 15 in this first week for the Great Vault rewards in the week 2, which I'll explain in a little second. So that means if you want to complete a 15 the first week without having to push a key, you need to complete an 18 this week in order to get a 15 for next week. And as a result, you should be getting your 18 now. Previous patches, it was like a 19 or a 20, but it's just an 18 because everything will be lowered by 3, which means you'll go down to a 15 when you open your Great Vault. Now we're going to discuss the cap. So for the first week of the first season, the Mythic Plus is always capped. And that reasoning is because of gearing, right? They don't want people to be completing 14s and 15s and getting the highest possible gear, better than heroic gear before the heroic raid, basically comes out, right? Most guilds raid later in the night, so you're going to be raiding, you could get better gear by spamming Mythic Plus all day than you could from the raid entirely, except the last 2 bosses. So they're capping it at a plus 10, which will be a 239 item level, which is the exact same as you would get from Rival in PvP. And this is capped until Mythic difficulty of Sanctum of Domination is available. We go down here and there is a nice big chart of... Wait, let me get rid of this ad. There's a nice big chart explaining the differences between everything. So they wanted gear to feel a little bit... The progression between gear to feel a little bit better. So as you see here, for a Mythic Plus 2, the end of run would get you a 187 if you timed it. Whereas if you miss the timer, you'd get a 184, and then your vault will give you 200. Pretty self-explanatory. Whereas in Season 2, a plus 2 will give you 210 if you time it, but it will also give you 210 if you miss the timer, right? So you're not getting penalized for missing the timer at the beginning for plus 2s, and your Great Vault will give you a 226. Now, other than this being the first change, the end of run timer being the first change, they've actually made it so you need to do a plus 15 now in order to get the highest possible loot from your Great Vault. So if you see here, end of run for a plus 15 is 236, which is the same as a plus 14. And if you miss the timer, it's 233, which is the exact same. But your Great Vault will be 3 levels higher. For a Season 2, Great Vault will be 3 levels higher than a plus 14, which is different than Season 1. As we go back here to Season 1, your Great Vault for Season 1, right, is a 226 for a 14 and a 226 for a 15. Now, that's kind of important because what this will do is it will make more players go into the plus 15 category for their weekly keys, which in turn might and hopefully help a lot of players get their KSM later in the season. Because obviously, a lot of the better players that get KSM early got KSM early on. We're not really doing plus 15s anymore because they didn't need to for their Great Vault. They were only doing plus 14s, which made it harder for people to get KSM way later in the season. So I think, in my personal opinion, Blizzard has actually implemented this change to help the people that come later in or are casually getting KSM to help them get it later on, because there's going to be a greater amount of players doing the plus 15s each week. So I just want to thank you guys for watching this video, and if you did enjoy, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more Shadowlands content. I'm going to be coming out with another guide for the Season 2 Affix Tormented in the next couple days, explaining what it is, if it's going to be, in my opinion, if it's going to be good, and the things about that. Check out my Twitch channel in the description. The link will be in the description, and have a good day.